expect to come home with the gold medal?
Not really. I mean, you always hope for a medal, but you never really believe you'll win a gold.
Now, every day you're training in the gym, and did you ever imagine that you'd be going up against somebody like Svetlana Khorkina and you have to do great to just win this thing?
Well, you always think about it, but you never think it'll actually happen, so it's pretty exciting right now.
Now, you changed your routine specifically for these World Championships. That looked like a pretty good move.
Yeah, we added some skills and took out a couple, and I was pretty confident with it. So.
What would you like to say about your coach, Kelly Hill, who helped you get to this point?
Just all her experience helped me, like, when I was, like, maybe a little rushed or too excited, she'd calm me down, and so made me do a good routine.
Well, congratulations. It's a great moment for the U.S. team.
Thank you.
The final lap.
It sure is, and the focus should really be on the two Chinese vaulters, Li Xiaopeng and Yang Wei. Also, Leszek Blanik from Poland has two vaults that score from a perfect 10-0 value as well. So it'll be an exciting final, but it's kind of like the lottery. Roll the dice and see who lands on their feet.
In the leadoff position will be France's Benoit Cazeneuve, a 22-year-old.
First vault will be a handspring tuck double front. Oh, a little low in the landing. And that vault is judged from a 9.8 start value. And the men in the finals, they have to do two different styles of vaults. This is the handspring tuck double front. Not the best form, and he opens up a little early and has to come in and do a deep knee squat to pull the landing around. It's interesting, some gymnasts opt to do their easiest vault first, and some the most challenging. That is the more difficult vault for him, although this vault coming up is a 10-0 start value, higher level of difficulty, but for him it's easier. It's going to be a Sukahara pike double back position. Oh, nice. Just a little short.
So Benoit Cazeneuve gets us off to a good start.
This is the typical Sukahara style vaulting, and he pikes it around into double back and opens up a little early, misjudges the landing. But once again, because of the difficulty rating of that vault, it's judged from a 10.0 as its maximum score value.
He was last year's world student champion on vault. 9.587. His total score 9.474. So a good start and a good score for the Frenchman. Here now is Li Xiaopeng. He was the 1999 world champion on vault, and he has some outstanding moves.
He certainly does. Both of his vaults will be scored from a 10-0 start value based on their difficulty. What's amazing is not only are these challenging vaults, but the execution and the form is impeccable. Oh, nice. Now that's a handspring front flip in the laid out position with 2.5 twists. It's called a yo. Because when you do it, you go, whoa! This is unbelievable. Watch the form in this handspring. Perfect. 2.5 twister, and he plants it down nicely. Very few gymnasts can do that vault and consistently land it as he does.
So Peng a 9.8. Wow. That is a very, very high score.
And it's going to get even better, Chris, because this next vault, he's the only gymnast in the world who does it. He's going to do a round off, half on, and a 2.5 twister off. Oh! Unbelievable. Now, he debuted this vault at the Asian Games this past summer. They'll name it after him because he's the first guy to successfully compete at this level. And he just drills it. Watch this round off on. I'm amazed that he can keep such good form. Look at that. Legs together nearly throughout the whole vault. Half on, 2.5 off. That is amazing. Once again, look at the pre-flight. Look at the form. How does he do it and manage to control that landing?
Li Xiaopeng, he is going to be tough to beat. Total score 9.818. Well, we have women's competition coming up later. Let's check in with Bart.
Thanks, Chris. Now, today we'll see the competition for the women in the balance beam and the floor exercise. For the United States, on the beam is 16-year-old Ashley Postel. This is her first World Championship competition, and after a terrific job in the semis, she finds herself in first place going into the finals. But it's what they call new life. No scores carry over into the finals. Everybody starts with 0 today. Another remarkable story for the Americans is on the floor exercise. 16-year-old Samantha Sheehan. She was just 11th place at the U.S. Championships this year, and she was a last-minute selection onto this team, and she finds herself in first place going into the finals as well. So some surprising and amazing opportunities for the American women today. In the men's competition, we'll see the vault, the parallel bars, and the high bar. On the parallel bars for the U.S. is 21-year-old Brett McClure, who's in a field that is very tough, which includes, of course, the Olympic champion Li Xiaoping from China. He is certainly the heavy favorite there. On the high bar, Paul Hamm, the national champion, will compete representing the United States. And recently in a meet in Paris, he won an important gold medal at a World Cup with a similar field of athletes. The competition will be tough, and of course, high bar is always thrilling. This is another opportunity for the American men to win a gold here.
The crowd is alive here in Debrecen, Hungary. Li Xiaoping is our leader on vault, scoring high. But will he keep the lead? Because his countryman, Yong Wei, is on his way. Coming up next, Yong Wei, and he will have to go some to beat his countryman, Li Xiaoping.
But like Li Xiaoping, he has two vaults that are valued at a 10-0 start value. Watch this first one. It's a triple twister. Oh, that's nice. Sukahara in the laid-out position with 3 twists. Now we're seeing terrific vaulting here at these World Championships, and you might remember that this vaulting table is a big part of that. Remember the old days, you used to have a vaulting horse? Well, last year at the Worlds in Ghent, Belgium, that was the first time they used this vaulting table. And it's got a large surface area and allows the gymnast to get a better push, and mechanically it's a better advantage to doing more complicated vaults.
Nicknames for the table?
They call it a potato chip, or some people call it a tongue.
The big potato chip. The big one.
Here's another 10-0 vault. Just a little over-rotated on that Yurchenko pike double back. But based on start values alone, it's hard to beat the gymnasts from China because they come in here with 10-0 start values, and generally their execution is just impeccable. Here's the round-off, back handspring onto the potato chip. Pike double back. He bends his knees a little bit throughout the rotation there, which will be a slight execution deduction. But the introduction of this new vaulting table has done wonders to help improve the level of difficulty and the safety of the vaults.
The total score 9-6-3-1. So Yong Wei in second place. And here is Yurnar Yurimbatov from Kazakhstan, his first vault.
Good looking vault, a Sukahara with 2.5 twists. Good form. It's hard to spot that landing, twisting forward like that. Pretty good push off the horse, not quite as high as the vaults of the Chinese gymnasts, but good control.
9.5. Remember, it's the 2 scores averaged together.
And a nice landing on that handspring front flip with 1.5 twists. But now that vault is only scored from a 9.6 start value. His form and execution is good. Great job on the landing. But unfortunately doesn't have the start value that some of the other Chinese gymnasts have shown.
9.3 for that vault.